Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel. There's a lot happening out there in the traditional financial market as US and Iran tensions are escalating. Stocks are moving to the downside, safe haven assets are pumping to the upside, but our cryptocurrency market is kind of stagnant still now. There is no much big movements happening, whereas if you look at the chart of gold, we can see that there was a quick pump which actually reached around the price of gold reached around 1583 from the previous close just below 1550. So I was cool for that. Now in this channel, when we came to know about the issue within the digital asset community, XRP community being precise, about the issues talked about digital asset investor Brad Kim's MR.B. During that day I told you guys that until we get clear information about what has happened, we won't side with any individuals. Now yesterday I saw a video from a digital asset investor, and I think nothing bad has happened actually, and still Alex Cobb is one of my inspiration, so it's still the same. It doesn't change, because after all we are human beings, and our thoughts may become a bit wrong, so we are human beings, it can be corrected, so there's no much big deal. If you want more clarity about that issue, please do watch this particular video from digital asset investor on January 4th. Now if you guys actually want to talk to both of them, you can actually message Alex Cobb personally and digital asset investor personally and get to know both the perspectives. Anyway, jumping into our news, we'll look back to our updates, because we have quite good info to share with you guys today, like the one tweet from Real XRP Boy, then from XRP Stewart, then XRP Chase, then some news articles showing some technicals, then the prime fundamentals. So we have a lot to cover. Like, we'll discuss through them one by one, and then if required, we'll actually do a technical analysis for XRP, because there was no much price movement. That's why I'm informing you guys if required, because there's no much price movement there, and the perspective laid out in one of the technical analysis shown here is similar to that of my opinion, like last time we discussed through that. Now I would like to kindly request you guys, please do support the channel. This is a new channel, just 2 months old, and I humbly request my community to support this channel. Please hit the subscribe button. If you have any comments or suggestions to improve the channel, please do let me know in the comment section below. I'm yet to, and yes, this is my wish, and I'm yet to get 100 likes on one of my video. One reached around 70, one reached around 80, and I really appreciate if you guys can help me to make that wish come true, at least 100 likes. Now yes, 100 likes is not that a big deal considering the big channels which are already established, whereas this is a new channel, just 2 months old, as I informed you guys. So I would really appreciate if you guys could help with that. Now moving on to the first one, this is from Real XRP Boy. It's showing that bingo, XRP community are surprised. So in this, the highlighted one is like, if you had an asset that could move globally in real time, and it was reliable enough and stable enough to use as a solvent asset, it basically would become like a form of gold, a form of reserve that you can almost teleport around the world. So now we in XRP community know that that's actually possible with XRP. Now if we actually look at all these information put out from Brad Garlinghouse, you can actually see that we are going to drive a massive XRP demand, blah blah blah. That was told previously. Then it came to Swift GPI is like a Ferrari Shell put on a Model T engine, blah blah blah. Then what you have to actually look at is the end one. Yep. Before that, he also told that Bitcoin's influence over cryptocurrency price could soon end, as the market matures between understanding the use cases between each cryptocurrencies. Now this one is like hype versus reality in blockchain and crypto is way out of whack. Experiments are not a business model. Ripple is going deep with customers, solving real problems and seeing real progress with real customers. So that's cool, right? Now the next one is from XRP Stewart, showing both during the XRP bear market I expect that's what these XRP holders are thinking for a long time. They turned out okay in the end. 162 days later, after this chart, XRP went from this to this and beyond. So that's the history, right? It's actually showing what happened previously. Now this is during like 2015, then it came back down all the way down till 2016 end. Then it all started moving within that area. So it was actually showing like the deviation or divergence in RSI, showing that the MACD was about to cross, all these indicators showcasing that the possibility of a price to moving upside is quite high. Now this is a tweet from XRPHS, and in this I would actually like to play you guys an particular area to let you know what they're actually talking about. So in this one,
they're expensive because there's too many hands in the pie, and because most payments are actually funded with debt if they're cross-border. So if you have a look at a company like MoneyGram and their balance sheet, or even bigger ones, a big piece of the balance sheet is debt, because they actually have to spend twice if they're going to service payments. They have to spend on liquidity in dollars, and then they need to spend on liquidity in all these foreign currencies, and they essentially wait for the customers to pay them back. So if I'm that working capital, and you can source liquidity on demand, take out the need for that working capital, and you can source liquidity on. It's about blockchain, and what Ripple's product brings to the table is that you take out the need for that working capital, and you can source liquidity on demand, and you can decrease those transaction costs.
Now this is what we actually were talking about in this channel previously, right? When real customers are using this product and they are getting to know what is happening with that product, the benefits for them as a company and their customers, then the customer base will be increasing, their business will be increasing. So sooner or later other companies will actually jump in, and we are actually seeing that, right? 300 customers already announced, almost 50% customers unannounced. So that's like a big thing, because once the next 200 300 will be announced, personally I believe that there's a lot of big gigantic players within that. Now this from Daily Hodl, showing that Ripple executive says XRP poised to boost financial inclusion in the United States and abroad. Now the quote is, "We tend to think we are all banked in the United States because you could just go anywhere and open a bank account. But a fairly shocking statistic shows 24 million Americans are underbanked, alongside most 2 billion people worldwide." So 2 billion people is a large amount. If you're looking at India as a country, it's 1.3 billion. Looking at China, it's 1.3 billion. So literally 2 billion people are still underbanked. Now this one showing that XRP eyes 10 to 18% surge, and yes, before that there could be a 7% drop. Now this is a technical which I completely agree with, because my perspective is also a similar one. Now in this one he's actually showing what happened previously in 2017 and here in 2020. But personally, just in this particular area, I think the chart for me or my eyes is looking more similar to that of 2015 area, because if you guys check the chart of XRP comparing 2017 area and right now, and then compare it back to 2015, you can understand what I'm actually talking about. Like, I'll just put the chart into log scale. I won't be using any technical indicator. Like as we discussed previously, I won't go through this much in detail. I'll just show what I was talking about. Like, if you draw this lines and understand what pattern is forming here, we can actually see that a similar pattern to that of trend formed from 2014 to 2017 is actually happening here, in which is actually showing you that here during that 2017 bull run, we actually made this pattern here. So I believe the price range, as you can see, is around 0.23 0.24. So that's more likely here. So he's actually highlighting that the price is currently moving something like this, but personally I think we are here. You're not yet here. I personally think we are here. Now if that's my mistake, assuming that he's pointing out here, then yeah, sorry. Now moving on to the next one, we can see that this is showing that data suggests a lot of XRP investors are actually giving up, and they are moving along. So this can actually in real case can pull the price to the upside in a parabolic way. Now there's an update from at Alien Vision showing that this is actually completely technical analysis. This is based on what they use as their technicals, how they understand this. Now need to adjust the time here, but he's actually waiting for this move up here. So this something similar to our view, which we just showcased here in this chart. So yes, the indicators or illustration used is different, but the perspective is similar. Now this is from a John Wick _589 showing that looks like some people still have money to fill their bags. Yes, if you guys have money in hands, then yes, the price is below 0.2 and it's perfect area to buy in XRP as far as I'm considered. Now Coinbase CEO says 100 million newbies will interact with cryptocurrencies, if a new wave was coming up. Now yes, we can understand that, like, consider myself as a newbie when I came in during early 2017, and that was the time when the price was actually pumping to the upside slowly, and by the end of 2017 it was like exponential rise. So during that time, a lot of newbies like me, my friends, relatives, a lot of guys actually came into the community, started buying in at the top like fools. Now the price is at the bottom. So this is actually the time where you have to be clever and buy like a smart guy. Now this is actually showing this 2 days back, but it's actually showing that the value and the feasibility of leveraging the blockchain in payments has been proven. So that is actually showing here, like, this spike in adoption is really a proof point that the value and the feasibility of leveraging blockchain in payments has been proven. Now this is a perspective from Kevin Cage about the YouTube videos which he's putting out. I used to be bothered by YouTube comments when I started. Then I looked at what kind of people were making the hateful comments. Safe to say, I'm not bothered at all. I don't have the desire to spread negativity online. Too busy living my life and working towards my goals. Now that's my perspective. This is a new channel here, and I'm trying to put out information which are really insightful for the community, which will really help the community try to broaden your existing knowledge and try to gather what is actually happening around you guys. And I'm actually trying to put that everything into just one video for you guys. So still we are getting some kind of negative comments, some are positive, but yeah, most are positive, and I'm happy about that. So anyway, that's all for the day, and if you guys like the content I provide on a regular basis, please do support the channel. Hit the subscribe button. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, and I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.